What's another way that we handle the charge of racism or racist? Well, some of the recommendations are embrace it, right? Who here has been told to embrace the charge of racism? Technological waste writes, the answer must take place before the charge by you being unapologetic for being pro-white. Amen. I would say white positive. The term pro-white is something we should be careful about using because of what it now means in the public lexicon. Not what the anti-whites say that it means, but because of what the average white person believes it to mean. So quickly, though, has any of you, I'm sure, or have any of you, I'm sure you have, been encouraged to embrace the charge of racism, to embrace the charge of racist? Lorna B. loved the book, by the way. Thank you very much for that. If you're talking about either book, of course, either Going Free or Born Guilty. Right. So we have had, okay, so there have been some people who have heard the encouragement to embrace the charge of racism. What happens when you embrace the charge of racism? Well, what really is that, rather than what happens, because we can come back to that, what really does it amount to? Does it amount to just saying, okay, well, okay, I am that, and then continuing with your conversation? Yes, I think that's Troy says yes to that. You're made the bad guy, exactly. People shut down NPC 3PO. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool name. People shut down and they stop listening. Let's see. What else do we have here? Right. Racist is a word to silence whites. Indeed. That's, of course, the purpose of it is to make any effort for white well-being immoral. Jester super chatting with $5. Thank you very much, good sir. Says, I say this, racism is meaningless, Marxian twaddle used to dispel political dissent. And I've stepped over it. Well, good for you. I mean, there's a lot of, and that's a response that with some people can be successful. And I think that that's an important thing for us to point out here as well, is that with all of these different suggestions, and the one that I'm going to make that will succeed, period, and put this to bed for good, is that there are going to be different scenarios where different approaches are going to work somewhat, work not at all, work very well. And so there isn't going to be a single prescription that blanket that's going to work in every scenario. There isn't going to be a single argument or a single angle that is always going to work for you. You have to keep that in mind. We have to be smart people, and we have to realize that we are proselytizers. We are selling white well-being to our brothers and sisters, to all the other West men out there, to the rest of Western kind. It is our duty to take this message to them, a message of love, a message of redemption, a message of embracing those who have gone astray and who can come to us and can be renewed by way, who can be emancipated from anti-white ideology. Right now, if you haven't, this is a great example of doing exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't tweeted or gabbed about this or shared it with your circles of influence, do so. I am talking to you right now. I'm sharing this information. I can't be doing those sorts of things. We all have to do our part. I don't have contact to your circles of influence. Only you do. I don't have contact to your Twitter and your Gab. Only you do. We should bring as many people into this conversation as we possibly can.